People call me a slut.
What type of stereotypes do people give me?
Gets that like nonchalant.
This is
like,
a stereotype.
Nonchalant.
You know.
That's me. What else?
And like he has like that certain like je ne sais quoi.
Ooh. Moi j'ai ton?
Yeah.
I think maybe like sometimes I come off a little bit arrogant at times, especially in the kitchen, because I'm the shit. And
Yeah.
that's I don't know. Some people don't really fuck with that, but whatever. I can back it up with the skills. You know what I'm saying? So, but besides from that, maybe like outside of work, people look at me like, "Yo, that's my man right there. He knows how to turn the fuck up proper."
Well, you know, I don't like to classify myself as anything.
I mean, I'm kind of the new kid. I'm kind of weird. I'm like with that group of people that's kind of strange and eccentric and loud. I'm also with the theater kids, but I'm not really in that group yet. Yes. I'm kind of grouped with the weird kids, I think. But honestly, I don't mind because they're fucking weird.
Get me. I don't think I have any stereotypes anymore. I think you probably get to a certain age where you don't really stereotype anymore, I guess, and I suppose I'm there. But I think when I was in high school, it was kind of tough to stereotype based on clothing, since I went to Catholic school, everyone wore a shirt and tie. But I kind of hung out with the kids that played sports, I guess, the jock-type kids. So I'd probably fall into that category.
They paint me with the same brush as all cops. What they see on the news, if they see a bad cop on the news, they think, you know, oh, they must be all bad cops. All right, so it's really like a prejudice. That's what stereotyping is.
Yes. Why? Because if you're a fucking slut,
Based
use a
on
slut! Appearance.
Like, yeah, their appearance, their race, or their gender, that might be a little fucked up. But like, if they're really like, they're really staying true to their stereotype, then you know. In some cases, you know, yeah.
You know, I think it's part of human
Yeah. You got your freshmen, you got your preps, your JV jocks, Asian nerds, cool Asians, varsity jocks, unfriendly black hotties, girls who eat their feelings, girls who don't eat anything, desperate wannabes, burnouts, sexually active
Maybe
bandits.
because different people don't want to be seen with other people that are in us with, you know, that are a different stereotype. For example, like if your friend, you know, she's a cheerleader, she's kind of cool, you're a cheerleader too, but you're also friends with the bitch that smokes crack, you might not want to be like seen doing that together or whatever. You know, you different things, but you like the same thing, whatever.
Well, you got groups. There's groups of kids. There's popular kids, kids that, you know, some kids don't like, and they'll use that against the other kids and just to separate themselves. And it's not nice.
It's not.
People aren't nice.
I think it's separated by stereotypes in a lot of ways. Like, the people who are into sports tend to hang out with each other. People that are into drama tend to hang out with each other. I find that it's really separated. Like, just you see groups of people that even look kind of alike just stay together, and it's kind of like, I want to go hang out with those people, but I can't because I don't look like them. It's like,
Oh, they definitely divide. Because again, when you categorize somebody in a very general basis, you're not taking the time to get to know them. You're saying that I'm going to assume something about you based on how you look, not really what your character is all about. So they absolutely divide a school or society in general. So yeah, they absolutely do.
I think we have somewhat of a clique. You know, I think we're pretty good though as far as stereotypes go. But there's different groups of kids, as we all see, and we all have preconceived notions of a different group. Until you work with that person, if you do team building, you say, wow, that person has a lot of talent at something. May not be good in, you know, a bookwork type person, but has a different kind of mind. I believe there's different kinds of intelligence. You know, that's basically it. But stereotypes, yeah, we do have stereotypes in school. Like, oh, they're all the people that used to wear all the black, like the, you know, people that are a same religion or a same race. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. Those are stereotypes.
No. Because some of the stereotypes are put there for a reason. And they get those stereotypes from their actions. Therefore, if there wasn't a stereotype about them, they'd still be bitches.
No. Because I'm friends with all different types of people.
No.
Why?
They're bad. Very, very bad.
No.
Why?
Because this is the real world. And in the real world, there's always going to be people that are going to judge you, whether you're a good person or whether you're not. You can walk into a room filled with 10 people, and chances are one person is going to hate you just because they want to hate you. And stereotypes will never be eliminated, ever.
No, because there's always going to be different types of people in the world, so people are always going to separate people.
I think we're always going to have stereotypes, but I think we can probably lower them. I mean, we have already lowered them.
Right.
Things used to be very bad, but not anymore.
I don't think so. I think maybe the effect of them can be reduced, but I don't know if that would be eliminated. I think you're always going to have people in a society where you allow freedom of thought. You're always going to have idiots that think a certain way. So I don't know if you'll ever be able to eliminate them, but you can at least educate people and reduce the effects of them and the negative impacts of stereotypes.
Slut. Fat whore. Asshole. Player. Fake. They're weird. They're a slut. They're an asshole. They're a player. They're a nerd. All these things.
Like a ratchet. People that are arrogant. Stereotype would be like stoners, drug addicts,
Your mom has
alcoholics,
Right.
jocks,
Why do you make
you
the
know,
same
like
faces?
muscle guys in the gym, you know, fucking idiot, dumbass motherfuckers, Mexicans, what else? Like Guidos, Guidettes,
Black people.
Asian people, like, you just, I mean, I guess it's like a race, but at the same time it's a stereotype. It's like, yo, you're just like mad Asian, like in the way you do things. Like if you're rocking like that like Mario t-shirt with like some skinny jeans and like those like big rimmed black glasses with like some spiky hair.
Oh, I usually see it's mostly about the black community, my African friends. A lot of people assume black people like fried chicken, Kool-Aid, and stuff, but you know that's something everyone likes. Everyone likes fried chicken and Kool-Aid. It's just a good thing.
Because there's always going to be people out there who are going to be stereotypical. They're going to look at you and you're wearing a crop top and some short shorts and they're going to call you a slut and they don't even know you. There are going to be people that, you know, they see you eating some fucking mac and cheese, some chips, pizza, maybe some roast beef, a chicken, a pizza, whatever. And they're gonna call you a fat ass. But maybe that's just your cheat day, you know? High school would be like, no one thinks they're better than anyone. There's no weird people, there's no normal people, there's no uninviting to parties because you're not in my clique. Even though girls in our grade or in lower grades think that they're not cliquey, when you invite certain people to parties and you don't invite other people to parties, that's cliquey and that's stereotypical. I understand if you have a limit to your friends, to the guests that you can have, that's understandable. But when you invite the same 10 people over and over and over again, that is, you know, cliquey. And secondly, when you go to other people's parties and all you do is take Instagram pictures of you and your clique, like, why don't you throw in another person that you don't really know? You want to take a picture with me? Let me get to know you. Why not? Because you don't know them. So just because you think they're weird from the outside That girl who sits in the back of math class by herself, never's partnered up with anybody because you just want to be partnered with your friends. But you never ask that person to be a partner or to work with you guys because you're too cool for that. Right? Right? Am I right? I'm going to go ask that person because later in life they could be the next president of the United States and they were sitting in the bathroom, back of your math class. And you just didn't even acknowledge that because they
Well,
Yes.
why?
Because, like, why would there be the word stereotype if it didn't mean something? You feel me?
Great.
Like, I'm gonna stereotype this nigga as, like, some white
Can you not
trash,
say nigga?
ball pond ass nigga, right? That's his
Well,
stereotype.
no, it's not. It's not a good thing.
Why?
You know, you just don't. You can't judge people. You don't judge the book by the cover.
No, because anytime you look at somebody with a generalized outlook and you assume something about them based on their race or the way that they look or the way that they dress or how they behave, you're really missing a chance to get to know somebody as a person, and you're kind of categorizing them without really knowing them.
I don't believe so. I think you have to fight the stereotypes that we have. I mean, everyone has stereotypes. You think of a person, a race, a religion, and you have to look at the person as an individual, all right? Because everyone is different. I don't believe in stereotypes. And it's a constant battle to not believe in stereotypes because we all have those built-in stereotypes things, all right? Like, I don't eat donuts. Okay?
Friends.
No. Because I'm friends with all different types of people.
Well, I'm friends with everybody. I try to be friends.
I like
with
that.
everybody.
I like that a lot.
But yeah, I think people would have different friends because they'd be able to get along and be nice.
Not really. I think people in high school might think that, but when you get out of high school, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, who you were in high school isn't going to affect who you are 2 years after high school or whatever. Like, you could be a completely different person.
No, I don't. For some people it might, because they might experience some discrimination or bullying, and that's gonna mess you up. Like, that doesn't feel nice, and that's gonna carry with you through the rest of your life. But in general, I don't think your stereotype carries with you throughout the rest of your life. Like, if you decide to go to college, your stereotype is probably gonna be completely different there because it's a completely different group of people. You're in a completely different setting, and you haven't been with those people all throughout your life, so you can create a new image for yourself, and you can escape that stereotype that you've been put into. And past that, new workplace. That stereotype isn't going to follow you for the rest of your life unless you let it.
I think that you can stereotype someone if you get to know them first. Like, you know them as a person internally. But unless you don't know them, you don't have a right to stereotype them. But if you get to know them on a personal, deeper level and you find out that they still what their stereotype is, then you can stereotype.
Do I stereotype people? Yes, I do. If I'm driving down a bad neighborhood, I see some fucking spook, I'm gonna walk along the side of the street, alright?
I admit I do
There you
stereotype
go.
people some, but I really try to avoid it. Like, I'll automatically make assumptions in my brain, but then I stop myself and I say, no, wait, that's a stereotype. I'm gonna reroute my thinking. So I really try to fight and not do that and change my way of thinking. No, I don't. Yes, they are based on truth, but that's just the thing. They're only based on truth, and not all of them are true. A lot of them are super exaggerated, and no stereotype applies to every one person in a certain category. They're just not right to. They're not correct ways to assume things about people. You shouldn't assume things about people. Like, just because that guy is gay doesn't mean he can dance well, or he likes to sing, or he likes musical theater. Or just because that guy does like musical theater doesn't mean he's gay. And just because that guy likes sport, like, I'm using sexuality examples because that's the most common stereotype, I think, but they're just not correct ways to assume things about people. Just because they belong to a certain group, like the nerds, or the jocks, or that they're gay, doesn't mean that they fit into certain stereotypes.
So I think the more of one kind of person, like, let's just talk about race. The more of this race and less of this race, yeah, there is more stereotyping that way. And if you reverse the roles, you probably have the same thing.
About a week ago,